So this is how you come sometimes. They had installed a used fuse box. Replaced AC compressor, shotgunned everything, still not working. 2003 Honda Accord at another shop. They replaced this for an AC complaint, but now the car doesn't start. So there it is installed. So I'm gonna reinstall this because the car ran with the original one, and then I'm gonna start my diagnosis. So I installed the fuse box, keys on, no power, hanging wire. So I'm looking for power. This is probably gonna be the AC relay. What is that gonna be? Yeah, AC relay. Got a trigger wire, but no power. Look at that. Now we're cooking, god damn it. So there is no voltage. When you look at that relay, you're looking for 85 and 30. So I'm gonna go to 30. I've got source voltage. I'm gonna go to 85. And again, I got source voltage. I'm looking for a grounding signal here that's gonna pull that relay to give me 87 here. And we verified that this is gonna be good. So we got this on cold. So we're good there. So we got good control. There's nothing wrong with that fuse box. So now what we're looking for from here is we're looking for power to be making its way to that single wire connector at that compressor. So there's no reason why it shouldn't be firing. So what I did is I brought a relay with me, just a matter of where I put it. So there's the relay. There's nothing happening. So I can take one of my jumpers just for giggles. Fix my pins. Well, must have a bad relay. So there we go. So in that case, I'm gonna grab another one of these relays. So I've got my little, where's my label at? Load probe, power, ground. I'm gonna set something else up. Well, I've got it. If I can find me another banana clip, here we go. I'm gonna set this one up on, try to find me another good ground. We'll take this one here, okay, just for test purposes. But okay, so my ground is in there. There's my voltage. Cannot support the drop across that circuit. So what I want to do is I'm going to use this ground. Look at that. I'm using this, I know, a good ground. Same voltage supply. So you're gonna see, look, what's that, like 0.2 volt drop with a good ground. So I'm gonna see if I can't manipulate that contact to tighten it up. It's as simple as that. So that voltage drop across that circuit, I pinched the terminals, it didn't change anything. So I'm gonna go after this relay control. That's what that circuit is. It provides the ground from the PCM to that relay there. I'm gonna ohm it out, voltage drop that wire. If all is good, I'm gonna simulate the ground and then condemn the ECM. Here, it's a ground signal. Why you put a red wire for a ground signal makes no sense to me. It should be black. So you got to sit here and decide for, what is this? Is it power, ground? But when you look at pin 1, because nothing is labeled on the fuse box or the relays, it's obvious that it's a ground, because 4 here, these are all power coming in. What is 3 over here? It's ground. So there you go. But 4 power, 4 power. So look for commonality between the diagram just to kind of make sense of it. Ground signal, both numbers 3. So before I condemn a PCM, I just come in here and I ground that side of the relay. We're good. Put that in a little bit better. The engine is weak. So we're not getting the trigger. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go from here back to that fuse box. So I'm going from that ground supply wire. I got 0.2 ohms. That's going to go to, here's connector D, pin 5. It's a red wire. So that's going to go through to the X connector. So I'm going to see if I can test through that box, but I'm also going to test through the box of this used one that I took out. So now finding the right connector, that was a task. Connector X. We're at pin 9 of X, so that's X9. And on the back, we're at D5. So this box would be good as a go-through. So now we're going to do the same for the installed box. So now I've got the connector D plugged in, and I'm on the output side of that X1 at that same location, pin 9. So what that means is from X1 to the PCM. So, or we can look at this diagram again. It might be a task to find it. Okay, let's click on it. Damn it, that's not what I wanted. Okay. So we're good right here. Now what we want to do is we want to now go from here, or I'm going to go on the female side of that connector X. That would be the X9 pin, but the X connector back to the PCM A27, and I'm gonna look for that trigger. I'm gonna measure the wire again. Connector A. It's gonna be the first connector. There are 5, closer to the gear shift, and that's where I'm at. So I got a conflict there though. So now I've gone from the output side of that X connector to the PCM. All the wiring is good. So now that I know what was what, I was on that bigger one that was giving me continuity back at the output side of the relay, like terminal 87. So I'm on the right wire, we're good. Now I'm gonna back probe that and look at that as a whole with the system turned on and see how that wire reacts. So I've done all my wire testing, and here's what I've come up with. That's control out of the PCM. As soon as I put a load to that circuit, and I've already tested it, that's your ground from the PCM. As soon as it sees the load, it cannot support it. So I'm gonna call that a bad PCM. We've tested wiring through both fuse boxes, and this front fuse box, through both of these, the used and the new one, back to the PCM, and we're on the PCM. That's your signal. And the driver cannot support that load. So now we tapped into the PCM.
But I know that if you put power and there is a reason I changed that.
So that's T-tapped into the PCM output. Now we're just running a separate line just to see if we can confirm that the PCM is not providing a sufficient ground signal to that relay, and it is not. So here's what I did for the customer. Good luck getting a PCM for this 21-year-old car. Straight to the PCM, straight to ground. I ran it through a toggle switch. That's what it's going to do. So I left this long enough for this gentleman so he can run it through here. He's got options. So that's the way it goes sometimes. You know, yeah, I figured it out. Did I fix it? Yeah, kind of. But sometimes you just do what you got to do. And this is what I've done. And I'm going to let him finish it up, get my money, and get on the road. So if you like this video and it helps you out, subscribe, give me at least a thumbs up, and have a great day.